Well, very good morning, everybody, for Tuesday, the 20th of September. An area of high pressure is starting to continue to establish itself over us, just settling things down, which is a lot better than what could be said is going on in the Atlantic, which seems to be full of fronts at the moment. And as we go through the next couple of days, we retain onto that high pressure before frontal activity may appear before the weekend. The winds are light and variable and will be for the next couple of days. In the centre of the country, variable 5 knots, probably just picking up a slight easterly flow over the top of us. Satellite picture shows an improving sort of start. Any mist or fog patches that may be locally around are burning off, but there will be some areas of top cover at times, but hopefully not too thick. And yeah, but no real significant weather that is going to affect us. The public forecast today is showing a top temperature of 17 degrees with a northerly wind and a sunset time of just around 10 minutes past 7, as we're losing around 4 to 5 minutes a day as we approach the autumn equinox. But yeah, light northerlies to northeasterlies, not particularly strong. 18 degrees potentially on GFS, dew points sort of floating around 7. Currently at Lasham, we have a temperature of 12 and a dew point of 9. And that is the picture outside, looking nice and bright, and a good day in prospect. Dave has done a little forecast. So this afternoon, looking half decent with some reasonable cumulus bases, 3,500 feet, and some chances cross country this afternoon. Good tomorrow as well. Still a little bit undecided on Thursday. Farnborough currently reporting basically, a light and variable wind, and no cloud detected, with 4,500 feet being the expected cloud base on their TAF. Odium haven't got a TAF yet, but Bryce Norton, very similar, few at 4,000 feet once the mist lifts, so not bad at all. Top Meteo predicts that there's a reasonable opportunity in an area sort of out towards Cotswolds, out towards Oxford and back. If we look at a sort of lunchtime starts, we might have blue to shallow Q with climbs to around 2,500 to 3,000 feet by 12:30 or so. By sort of 1-2 o'clock, we're getting much more reasonable climbs. Looking at that, sort of 3,000 to 3,500 feet, maybe 4,000 feet in isolated spots, and maybe even by the end of the day, 4,500 feet above sea level. Not a particularly long day, obviously, at this time of year. By around 5 o'clock, it is shutting down, but good for a little cross country round the danger areas. They're up towards Aston Down. And top cover wise, you can see the shadow, the blue shadowing on here, and with that, hopefully this afternoon a little bit thinner, so a bit more chance of some surface heating to get things going nicely. Site forecast for the Lasham area. You can see there a weak to moderate climbs throughout most of the day, and this saying that it might even get to 4,500 feet above ground level later this afternoon. So yeah, not bad at all. And a top temperature there of 17 degrees, maybe even 18 degrees in isolated spots, with dew point of 6 and very light winds. Airspace wise, well, the period of official mourning is now over, so the airspace has got a little bit quieter than it has been, although we'll be keeping an eye out for any sort of changes to Royal helicopters and stuff like that over the coming weeks. The Salisbury Plain danger areas are active, and some of them have been activated just a little bit more. So yeah, I mean, Everley is active at night, but assume that all danger areas are active as per the AIP in that area. 28 is parachuting over the top of Bryce Norton from 11:45 to 13:45, up to 7,300 feet. So over the top of the zone. It's not too much else, 32 and 30, which are up towards Buckinghamshire and Bedfordshire. Aerobatics at Sywell, and yeah, lots of paragliding activity going on in the area, and yeah, Cranfield active, but that's fairly standard. Operationally today, it'll either be 09 or 27. We'll have a look once we get out there to see which direction favours, but it will be the main runway. And I don't know how many are. There's only 33 on the call, so I'm not expecting a massive grid or anything like that. But I imagine a few of you will come out and play. But yeah, no real airspace restrictions, no jet movements as far as I'm aware of. So yeah, we'll just see which runway we go on once we get out there. See you on the airfield. Bye for now.